Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? Looks like we got a little Deadpool side quest, although Mr. Rushing has already informed me you can only do one path. So we're gonna have to find something else to do today, or we're really gonna milk that one path. We'll have some fun. We'll hang out, we'll play the game, we'll talk the game. Brennan Hilgendorf, what's up there, dude? Thank you so much for being here. This is awesome. Let's get started into this. And y'all in the chat, you let me know what you feel like talking about today. Oh no. Did I totally botch this? I may have botched something. Let's take a look at this. I may or may not have been recording my no spend Regal Ravager opening, and actually it was pretty awesome. Whenever I'm able to genuinely been like, yes, like that's a good sign for me. So that'll be coming out tomorrow morning. Dude, for completely like literally no spend, it's pretty good. I did have to log in every day, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having to log into the game every single day. And then I did open up some of those minion crystals. What is this? This event's pretty amazing, dude. I know not everyone wants to do Battlegrounds. I get it. I do. I really, really do. Make sure you subscribe to Cantona. Check out his video. Of course, I'll be as helpful as I possibly can too. But you can get to Gladiator Circuit. I know you can. As soon as your count is strong enough. I know some folks, it's just the count just isn't there, and I'm sorry. I know that is frustrating. But a free from playing the game stealth shoot Spider-Man 7-star. It's pretty amazing. Just by opening up those minion crystals. I've been getting out the videos on that. So, all right, let's go and see what this Deadpool quest is about. Nature Boy, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Thanks for being here. Saga Incursions. Dude, there are, in MCoC, whenever someone says AQ or the AQ reminder pops up, I just get a little shiver, like a little like, oh no, I don't like that. That's bad. Incursions is a close second. I loathe Incursions for a variety of reasons. It could be really, really fun, in my opinion. But actually, as I said, AQ, we are going to jump in and do AQ very, very quickly just to get it started for my alliance. And I apologize. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I'll try not to snuffle too much. I'm not 100% today. The allergies are getting me. The allergies, the trees are winning. Mother Nature is winning the war. And the battle. She's winning the battle and the war. Hey, old man, what's up, dude? You're likely older? Maybe. Let's just both be old together. Let's just sit here together and enjoy being old, man. Thanks for being here, buddy. I made it to the GC last night, and it was a bit close because we've been busy lately. Glad to get the extra ratings. Yeah, me too, dude. You were here on stream when I hit it. That was fun. It's worth it. Again, for those who don't know, but Hilgendorf Brennan's actually an officer in Upside with me. And, we're pretty advanced accounts, like in-game players, that sort of thing. And I understand that, I think Battlegrounds is about as competitive as it gets, maybe as account dependent as it gets. So it's just not easy for everyone. But I think for accounts our size, if we can manage the time, it's worth it for that. It was only 10K radiance, I think, but it was enough. I think it was a good, what would the idea be? The reward, carrot, incentive. I think the band balanced that pretty well. It was enough to get someone like me who's busy doing, with the job, a family, trying to do YouTube, to be like, you know what? I want to try to get in there and get that. I know I can. And I think that's cool, trying to clear out accounts, I've seen a lot of discussion on my Discord lately about that in particular. And I appreciate how everyone's handled it of, look, we get it's frustrating that there are larger accounts in there. Please also try to keep in mind that a lot of people are just busy. It's not like they want to sit there and just coast. Some people I'm sure do. But I think a lot of us, like myself, is just like, I'm just busy. I've just been doing a lot of things. I don't want to face people who want to quit the second they see my account. That's not fun. That's not fun for me, not fun for you. 60 years young, never has been stronger. Indeed, Nature Boy. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. And yeah, you got me beat a little bit on that one, my friend. My phone, this streaming phone always resets to 630 frames per second. So I'm just gonna fix this up right quick. What's weird is for anyone else that happens to, does it feel like like I would have thought that 30 frames per second would feel like, oh, cool, I remember this is what the game used to look like. That's not what I remember the game looking like before. And I don't know if it's just I've gotten so used to 60, or if like 30 frames per second just looks really bad compared to how it used to. I don't know how that would even be possible, but that's how it feels. That's how it feels. What's up, Sammy? How you doing, dude? Another special. It is actually another special Incursions event. I had mistakenly thought that the Star-Lord piece for Reforged Star-Lord was going to be in it. I looked at it again. It's not. It's for Imperiosa, who I realized. And let's not bug Sammy here. Sammy might know a little bit about her. Obviously, the vast majority of us do not. So I'm just not sure, you know, on that. I'll probably end up doing it. The reason why I don't like Incursions is for me, the revives and the health pots they're just way too expensive. They're just outrageously expensive, particularly for a mode where you can be really successful in it, get into the later stages of whatever room you're trying to get to, and you end up with a fight where you're like, I just literally can't do this. It's not even necessarily a skill. It's just like, maybe there's a champion that could do this, but I already used them earlier, or that's the way I break down the game frequently. That's on the more like kind of it feels coercive. I'm not saying it is coercive. I'm just saying I think that takes the challenge or RNG potentially being fun, and it takes it into something you're just frustrated, you're just annoyed. And then I'm aware of what happens to me, at least in those scenarios, is I'm often tempted to unit man my way through it, which I know is, I don't know if I've ever felt good after unit manning my way through something over 10 years. I don't think I've ever once felt like, oh, I'm really glad that was enjoyable. I'm happy about it. So yeah, that's why in general I don't like Incursions, despite thinking at default it sounds really fun, and I have had fun in it before. Sammy, can you let CCP know the Xolo thing changed yesterday and it doesn't work for me? I'm not willing to change my payment method. Apple Pay no longer works. Yeah, dude. Actually, Sammy, I apologize. I remember it was like when I was in the CCP. It'd be like, here's a list of notes for you, Sammy, to please convey to Kabam. But I also understand that, like, why we're doing it, because I'm about to also do it. So I'm apologizing for my behavior at the same time. Is if you could let them know. I've seen that on quite a few of my on my Discord as well. I did not mean to go here, but here we are. Here we find ourselves. Thanks for understanding, Sammy. Spider Glenn was very kind. She's a kind spider. We're just getting the first few fights of AQ done. It's almost like a good warm-up. And I'm in the BG of my alliance that just does a boss rush. So as long as most of us log in and do just expend our energy, we end up with a great scenario and get the boss down. So we'll be done here in just a lickety-split. Good news, others. Yeah. It was. I saw on my Discord today a couple of people talking about it. It sounds like the payment option went straight to like PayPal or something too. I was just like, I wouldn't do that. It just feels like a change out of nowhere. Just be careful. Dude, is that MCoC Noob? What's up, dude? We have a legend in the house. Kind of have to do a bunch of mini crystals in it. Oh, mini crystals in the Incursions. Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll maybe I'll do the side quests and jump into Incursions and try to make it fun. It can be fun. There was one recently I really enjoyed. I even did a guide for it. What was it? Oh, it was the Summon Symbiote. That was actually I really enjoyed that. I understood why some people were getting really frustrated. I recall, like, even in my, I think it was in my Alliance chat, there's a couple of frustrating interactions, of course, because it is Incursions. And then so I don't even remember what exactly it was. I think it was like, because he powered up, I remember advising like room 1 through, and I had a number that was based on my own experience. It was like room 1 through 6 or 8. If you get stuck there, just start over. Do not, like, once you power him up, he's ridiculous. But it's the powering up that can take a minute or two. I enjoyed that. That was fun. That one was fun. It was a little long, if I recall correctly. It was a little long. I think that was like 30 rooms. I think 20 would have felt really good. This challenge, I think, is only 15. But I highly doubt that we're gonna be able to power anyone up the way we were able to power up good old Steve there. But you know, Noob, you gonna get out a guide on that, man? If I struggle with it, you know which channel I'll be tuning to. The legend himself. Professor X, Gord I was trying to read chat. Gord didn't even care, man. He's a rude guy. See that? I read chat and Gord takes advantage of it. We just got to hit him a few more times. And Gilly will take care of the rest for us. Here we go. Try not to run into any more special ones. I'm very curious to see what Professor X did to you, though. That guy's been causing problems. Actually, I don't remember. Maybe this is just nostalgia kicking in. I don't remember him causing problems his first year or so in the game. Some of you might be able to correct me on that. Damn it, Gilly, you were supposed to finish him off. There we go. Will do you make it look like a regular Incursion, but with Saga champs? Oh, okay. Well, if I struggle, I'll be turning to you. I'll be turning to you. Professor X made a whole game turn blue, more than usual. I think a lot. I realize it's different than what you're saying, but I remember noticing that, like, hey, crystal pools look different and stuff. And it took me a minute to realize, like, I think that actually was intentional. It fit in with the Saga thing Kabam was doing with, like, the virus and all that. That's cool. I liked it. I like when they do the thematic stuff. Like, we've been over this stuff. Like, it's when they take themselves too seriously that I get a little eye rolly or I get frustrated. When they're like, we make a really kick-ass mobile game. I'm like, cool, this is fun. I'm enjoying it. You know, like, they did some thematic stuff. This is fun. All right. Deadpool's mini tour base. All right. We'll do threat level 5. Mr. Rushing let me know that I'll probably only be able to do one path today. Well, hopefully you guys saw my video today. If not, surprise! Oh no, I don't have tokens. How do I get tokens? This is what happens when you don't read. How does one get the tokens? Let's go get the tokens. If I have to buy the tokens, I'm sorry. I did not mean to clickbait you. I ain't buying them. That is not going to be my first expenditure. I will eventually spend again. It's not going to be for the Deadpool side quest. Although that would be kind of humorous and fitting, given my sense of humor and Deadpool. All right, we got our token. We got it. We can move on. We can do it. Appreciate you bring it up. I'm gonna hit a milestone I want with this Star-Lord purchase. Hope they want my $30. Oh, they want your $30. If there's anything I'm certain about today, Nature Boy, it's that Exol and Kabam want your money. I don't bet often, but that's a bet I would take. What's up, Vital Kid? How you doing, man? That's not Vital Kid. I'm sorry. Old man eyes. Vitali KD. All right. Now we should be able to enter the quest. Let's go ahead and see what this quest is all about. So Kabam doesn't take my units, man. All right, so we're gonna be over here, and this is one of the random styles, right? They used to call these rifts, I believe. Let's just see what the nodes have to say. Anytime any champion uses a bar of power, the attacker is protected with a daunted passive. Oh no. Daunted blockade. If the attacker suffers from at least 5 daunted effects when the daunter attacks it. Oh no. Okay, they are mutant though. Encroaching root. Okay, we're gonna get rooted. Okay. When the defender's health first falls to 50%, they gain an indestructible passive for 9 seconds. Okay. I mean, that seems fair. But we don't know what node. We don't know. You don't get to pick your path, right? So how do you prepare for all the paths? That feels unfair. Although it looks like maybe the paths aren't too bad. Has anyone done this yet? Do you know, like, you don't pick your path, correct? It's random? It's randomized? I believe they said this was a Rift style quest. Fair every time. It's kind of weird. You can't, oh, you can pick your path. Maybe that's why they said Rift style, or I don't know. It's tough. I try to be as understanding as I can on that sort of thing. Like, the game is so huge, so complex, so many years. Like, when they label things, you know, this is Rift style, I guess. I don't think they're necessarily wrong. Okay, so let's just pick a path then. This looks like a good one. Every 2 seconds, the defender gains a regeneration passive that heals for, okay, okay, over time, cool, okay. Yeah, the defenders don't look too bad, and I know who I want to try to use for that boss, so that looks cool. We will use him, and where's my girl? Where's my girl Shuri? I love Shuri. I truly do. And just one of my other just favorite champions to play. Lumitrix, dude. Lumitrix. I know not everyone's got him, and I understand. Remember, Kabama said the idols will be coming to the basic crystal. I believe Isophene is already in there, and Lumitrix will be coming. I'm telling you guys, he is ridiculous. Just continue to give yourself time to get used to him. I don't remember if it was today's war video or the 9th and final war of the season. I did the voiceover and edited them both at the same time, so I don't recall which one is which. No, it's going to be 9. Actually, I know it's 9 because I solo a high Evo boss, over 1 million health, high Evo boss. I mess up. I'm still getting Lumitrix, and I messed up. It took me over 3 minutes. Hilgendorf Brennan does it in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I showed his version of the fight. I showed his was a little bit better, or 100% better, depending on how you look at it. Look at Sammy. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy, I loved your video last night because I just did in general. I mean it when I say, like, disagreement, dude, I'm all for it. Just everyone keep it respectful. I tried to be respectful in my video because I was aware that not everyone's going to feel the way I do, and I felt like you were very respectful of differing opinions. And I'm just gonna like kind of hype your video for a minute there, and tell everyone that you also cracked me up. I don't remember exactly what minute mark, but it was pretty early on. I was like, oh my God, he said it. He knows, and he said it. It was awesome, dude. Awesome. And it was really cool to hear. Everyone should go watch Sammy's video. If you leave the stream, go do it. That's fine. It's a good video. Go do it. Come back though, please. It's a really good video, and it sets out, in my opinion, a very good, logical, and entertaining, right? Because sometimes the hard part with being too logical is you're like, this is boring. And entertaining reasoning for why the compensation Pam did, like, it probably wasn't a good one, you know, and it's justifiably upsetting. I in my video was like, I understand if you're upset, I truly do. But you know, Sammy kind of came down on a different side of it, and so I really liked it. But I actually had to go back and be like, did he say what I think he said? Oh my God, he did. I love the fortitude on this guy. I love Sammy. Electric Point, you got it, buddy. Hopefully you voted in the poll. I mean, of course, I love having more members in the chat and stuff, but it costs me money. The whole point for me was to get as much of my audience to be able to vote in the poll so I could collect your guys' thoughts on it. So I hope you've gone to the membership community page and voted. A lot of people have. It is overwhelmingly spend, have fun. People are like, enough of this boycott nonsense. We want to see you spend. I love you guys, man. It's good. It's good for my soul, man. It really seriously is. Like, it's good to see people enjoying it, the game. You know, as much as I talk about how I like Kabam when they're not too serious about themselves, I could take that advice myself too. And it's just good to see people having fun with something that's supposed to be fun, you know. Brendan making me laugh, buddy. That is a Gollum quote, right? Please tell me it's got to be. That's one of my favorite gifs, whatever your kids call them these days, to use in Discord. is one Trixie Kabam. Gollum's got two great ones for MCoC, in my opinion. One is Trixie Kabam. He's obviously talking about the hobbitses. Actually, there's three great ones for Kabam. There's Second Breakfast, which is second compensation. Trixie Kabam for, Trixie Hobbits for Trixie Kabam. And then My Precious for the maybe borderline unhealthy way some of us feel about our crystal openings, let's call them. Such a great one. I just voted. Yeah, Floyd. It's been, you guys. Y'all has been. This is one of the many reasons why streaming is so good, is because you get more of that interaction. You know, like the more I do YouTube, the bigger my channel gets, the more I do not like going to the comment section. I do not enjoy that experience. It is clearly a place to go and just say absurd things to people that make no sense, but it's clear you're trying to hurt their feelings, and all it does is just make me feel badly for people. But I get it. It is not an enjoyable place to go to, because I used to do it to get y'all's opinion. You know, that was the whole point of it. To get your guys' feedback and opinions on stuff. But ooh, it is not a nice place, man. It is not nice. Comment Hilgendorf W, you cut that right. What's up, Meisterburger? Thanks for being here, bud. Second Breakfast is great. I used to have to eat 2 breakfasts when I was a swimmer. Oh, dude, Nick. So I was more of a water polo player who swam because, you know, you kind of had to. But that was me. I hear you, dude. Yeah, because I mean, it was like 6 a.m. before school. So we had practice before school. Usually it was like lifting weights and then some sort of like more of a technical practice. And then after school, you know, I mean, it's been a long time for me. If you can't tell, it's been a bit since I graduated high school. And then I think like a 3-hour practice, 2 to 3 hours of polo. It was fun. So I hear you. What's Corey saying? By the way, since you're here, MCoC Noob, thank you for all your vids, man. I bought the Platinum Pass in the store the other night, and another thing you just good. I love to see that, man. There's quite a few codes I shout out. Noobs is one of the ones I feel awesome shouting out. One of the ones I feel really, really good shouting out, man. A phenomenal channel, phenomenal guy. If you don't know, I actually asked him to be part of the Illuminati in the last couple of months, and he gracefully accepted and has been providing champion advice too. Just really awesome dude. Just genuinely seems to want to be helpful, and I love that. That's what we're shooting for. So thanks, Corey, for thanking Noob. Does Kavam feel like that? Okay, I got to do this fight, and then what's up, buddy? Umu Tumu. I appreciate you, dude. I saw your feedback on my video. For what I recall, it was on the definitely like respectful disagreement side and venting, right? The comments are to vent. I get that. And I appreciate you showing up today, buddy. Thank you for being here. And if I remember correctly, it was you who was cracking my ass up yesterday. So thank you for bringing the humor, man. Panda Man Pete, is that the real Panda Man Pete? Pete, I'm gonna do something here. If that's not the real you, you let me know, please. Okay, you let me know. Because I don't want any fake Pete's moderating. But thanks for being here, man. So awesome to have you back on the YouTubes, dude. All right, I don't remember the nodes. I just remember they're going to go unblockable at some point. And I never did learn to fight Platinum Pool. I feel like there was like a war season and a node, maybe like a tactic or something, where he was kind of, or was it like a boss fight for like Act 8? Do you guys remember this? I don't think I'm making it up. All right, dude. Come on. Nope. Oh, she only blocks unblockable specials. Silly me. Silly me. Don't blame Shuri for that. That's not Shuri's fault. She's such a great champion, dude. She is one of the champions I'm most excited, or that makes me excited about Coliseum. Obviously, we don't know that much about it, so I don't want to unfairly judge it. Like, if Shuri's not great in it, that's not Coliseum's fault, obviously. But the premise of Coliseum and what we kind of know about it, I'm hoping Shuri's just a really fun all-star in it. Because she's so fun to play. She's so good, dude. She's so good. Uh-oh. She's great, but she just... No one's good enough to run into special ones. No one's... No, that doesn't... That's not... There's no champion like that. It's been fun. Glad to be back. Dude, that's awesome, Pete. It is awesome. Ah, new, dude. Thank you, sir. Love the frequent streams like the Vega. Dude, thank you so much. I do too. You guys know that when I'm able to stream, I have so much more fun. It just increases the fun. It's like exponentially more fun. I have a great time with it. And it's like I said, it's probably the best single way to truly get like the insights and feelings of my viewers and the people who view the channel and the way it's going. Because we can like interact more instead of just, you know, people who chose to make a comment on a video, which is fine. I'm glad that's there. But again, the bigger my channel becomes, the less I go to the comments for all the reasons we talked about. I used to make it was kind of like a rookie mistake because it's how I genuinely am. Is, you know, someone would be like, it'd be like, hey man, and I actually did this a couple times, and I remember the instance where I don't remember who it was or exactly what they said, but I recall the time I was like, oh wait, what's this? Okay, that's just I can't even remember what that resource is called anymore. But I was like, hey buddy, like I really think maybe you should take a break from the game. It seems like it's not providing fun for you. Like seriously, please go, and like I'd be sorry to miss your view, but go do something else. And because that's genuinely me, that's how I am in real life, is, you know, I would say that to anyone. And I quickly learned that over the internet that comes across sarcastic as hell, because they were like, how dare you, blah blah blah, why can't we fix it? And I was like, well, I'm so sorry, that was not, I will never do that again. I will never do that again. How's the difficult to reward ratio for the quest? It seems fine. You know, I have a pretty sizable account though, but the quests didn't seem bad. I just plowed through it with Red Guardian. You do actually get to pick your quest. You get to pick your lane, so it's not what I would consider Rift style, but I understand why Kabam called it that. When I think of Rift, I think it's gonna be like randomized. It wasn't that at all. So you even get to pick that. The boss was a Platinum Pool who goes unblockable on specials after a certain amount of Daunted. I don't even remember how they get the Daunted. So I just wanted to play Shuri because she can block unblockable specials in case it came up as an issue. My Red Guardian's rank 4, so kind of keep that in mind. Be prepared, read the path, and all that. But it's not a troubling quest. Man, Incursions, really? Is that Is that what we've gotten to? Are we scraping the bottom of the barrel, guys? Is that what's happening here? I'm gonna have to pay a lot of attention. I genuinely feel like. Do you guys want to see incursions, or we could just like do BGs for a little bit? I'll let a couple comments come through here. Maybe we should set up a poll. We'll set up a poll. I believe that is the scientific way. Incursions or BGs. Maybe it would be smart to do incursions because I got you all here. And since I don't play incursions that frequently, you all see a lot of the problems I won't. What's my unit prediction for 15 million battle chips? Dude, you're talking to the wrong guy. Because I'll be like, 8? I don't know. I haven't done arena in so many years. But because I have a feeling you're about to open 15 million battle chips, I'm going to go with, I hope you get 30,000 units. I hope you get that. If incursions sound fun to you, then let's do something else. Sounds like a smart man. You sound like a parent. It appears to me you don't enjoy what you're doing right now. How about I interest you in something more constructive with your energies, like maybe some coloring or drawing on paper as opposed to the wall that you're currently defacing. I'm a parent. I've been there. This Venom Duck Saga could be fun for incursions. That is true. Just for fun, won't hold you to it. Let's go with 5,000. 5,000 units. That obviously sounds a lot more realistic. Incursions isn't that bad. Old Man Easy, what's up, dude? Instead, you can go clean your room. Yeah. And if you don't like the solution I've already provided, cleaning your room is always a good. You got to go to the patient parent voice that's like clearly boiling underneath, but just doing everything we can to keep it together right now. I'm waiting for the command to be announced in Cosmic Box champs. I have a Cosmic Gem, and I really want to give it to either Nova or Super Scroll, but I want to know the Cosmic Box champs first. You know what's weird, dude? And I'm buying a little time for the poll to go through. It looks like Incursions is slightly ahead, but just a few votes would change it. I truly debated yesterday about just going straight for the Ravager sale. I'm like, I can get a rank 4, dude. Like, I've only got 9,000 units. I'm probably going to be around 10K by the end of Banquet because I'll buy some units with my Radiance. There's no way Kingpin's going to be available for 10,000 units. And I was just really going down that mindset. And like Maddie MCoC, I think, well, I don't want to spoil what he did, but he was talking about on my Discord server. And I was like, this is making a lot of sense to me. And I started really looking at the champs. And trust me, I still think the champs in the box are hype as hell. I think Kabam's doing a phenomenal job with this. Like, I think it looks like a great box. The champions look great. Like, they're focusing on the champs, which I love. They're focusing on the hype, which I love. It's a game that's supposed to be hype. Like, that's not a put down. I know sometimes that people think I'm trying to be insulting. I'm not. I think that's very exciting. And but I was looking at him, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, Scorpion's like, okay, dude, he's in the highest tier in my tier list. But as I'm ranking him, as I'm working on the top 10s, as we continue, we're going to do the December tier list, as we do the Battlegrounds tier list, I don't know about the rest of them. Not that they're not great. They are. But I still think it's Kingpin that's like got me so hyped right now. Scorpion as well, of course. And then to your point, Cosmic and Mutant. I really want to see what Kabam does with this, you know? I still am holding out hope for Buff Thor. Because I want it to be Magneto. I don't think it's going to be Archangel. I think that's asking for too much. But I want it to be Magneto. and then buff Thor. I just think buff Thor would be incredible. If it's not buff Thor, I really hope it's Cosmic Ghost Rider. I realize Hulkling might be better, like on a tier list or objectively for a variety of counts and things, but Cosmic Ghost Rider just hits in a way as far as like adrenaline and like excitement that I don't know if any other champion in the game does. Cole kind of does, but the animations of CGR are just like, dude, you're sleeping on about dude, she's great. Don't like if you've seen my tier list, you've seen my battlegrounds, you've seen general, like she's in that second tier, and my tier list second tier is a phenomenal champion. So I'm not amped up for her. Does that make if that makes sense? Dude, if Kitty's coming for Mutant, oh man, I loved playing Kitty Pride. Loved. I don't know how dominant she'll be now in comparison to the way she was. I think this is one of those things where like we need them to come into the game and let it marinate for 2 to 3 months at least. Like Ghost would still be incredible in a lot of scenarios, but she obviously wouldn't be as dominant across the broad swath of the game as she was, Panda Man Pete was right here just a little bit ago. So Kitty's my favorite mutant. I predicted her, and I hope. Okay, if we're going Kitty level, man, yeah, I'm with you guys. I'd rather have Kitty than Magneto. I'd rather have Kitty than Magneto. I'm so with you. But I mean, you guys are going like Doom, Like you guys are going and you're going big, man. You're going even bigger than. Although if Kabam's building a crescendo, if they're building to an apex, Kitty would make sense. All right, let's go ahead and close out the poll. I kept waiting to see if Incursions would lose their lead, but they have they're really tough. Incursions, they are feisty little fighters. All right, Kitty would be not, dude. Kitty would be best. But here's the thing, dude, is we've got 7-star Tigra now too, right? Isn't that Kitty's best synergy, or is it Ghost? I got to check that out. That we must check out together. There's. Oops. That's fine. I don't think there's anything. You guys have seen that before, I'm sure. I'm not the first YouTuber to accidentally show that. Let's see here. Yes, this is Conchi Zonk. I'm aware that they've made a change to the accessibility of their site. I think I did like a year's supporting membership a couple months ago, just because I use this site so much for videos, even if I'm not showing it in the video, I'm often going back to it for research, for prestige, for synergies, for literally everything. And I was like, this dude deserves something from me. And so I did it. I still think it's the best resource I'm available or I'm aware of. There's another great one that I think it's MCoC.gg. And I think Brutal runs that. Brutal's an incredibly kind man. The few times I've interacted with him, I really enjoyed those. So if you're looking for another site, and then there's cockpit.org, which is run by Jerry. Jerry does a lot of really cool data stuff on the game too. So check those out as well. If it's not within your means or your interest to get access to Conchus. Let's see here. What was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for Kitty Pride. Let's see, where is she? Kitty. I know you all have already answered the question. I just wanted to find out myself. Yeah, it's Tigra. It's Tigra. What's the ghost energy? East Mist that occurs during phase grants 2 additional prowess. These can stack with a normal. I mean, that's really helpful, but dude, you don't need that. If I recall correctly. I used to play Kitty a ton. For Loki, Taters and Lizer would never let me use Kitty in war. They're also like, maybe you let Legacy play Kitty, Vega. And I'd be like, but I want to. And they're like, how about you play Archangel? I was like, I know what you're doing. All right, let's play the game. Both Tiger and Kitty. It's Tiger. All right, thanks, y'all. Pete, were you still there? You and I crossed over for Loki a little bit, didn't we? I could swear we did. We must have. I was in BG3, and I just remember they were always like, I was like, I could take these fights with Kitty. I could do it. And they're like, maybe Maybe you use Magneto instead. When you're in a BG with like Taters, Lighter, Phantom Pete, Legacy, Bryn, I don't know if everyone knows Bryn. The tough fights don't go to you unless you are one of those people. Yeah, that was exactly it. Lizer was so kind. You know, they were very fitting of their personality. I think people probably think of them as is like Taters is more like, no, dude, stop asking. Lizer would be like, well, you know, we could like take some fights in the off season, see how it goes. I am aware you've been using her and in more videos lately. You know, just very, very like supportive in that way. It's a good times, man. Dude, okay, so these are the champions we have available to us. None of them heal. I guess Iron Man heals. Does anyone know what the hacks are or anything like that? Or are we just going fully blind here? Ultron heals. You're right. He does. Do I want to use Ultron? I think I'd rather use Iron Man though. I think I'd rather use Iron Man. Feels weird not using Bastion. He was my Icky star. Dude, he does. He's an item saver for sure. Horseman Dust. Really? Can you? Is APOC one of the options here? She is. All right, let's take a look at the full options, and obviously I want your guys' opinions. I am not using Zola. There's just no way I am using. There's no. Yeah, hacks are synergetic. Strong ones, big specials will help. Okay. Regenerate a lot. All right. Okay. I should probably stick with champions and know how to play well then too. So I feel like maybe Jean Grey. And I mean, Spider-Woman's sitting right there. Do these champions though? She would make me want to take Power Sting sort of hacks, and I don't know if that's a good mix of champions. You get a lot of Joe Fixit boxes. Bosses, not boxes, bosses. Zemo is like funky enough in the way he's built where I feel like he could be a good utility champion for this. I'm going to go with Spider-Woman. We're covered on a variety of like immunities. We have a variety of damage sources. We've got armor breaks. We have an anti-miss here. Yeah, let's just go with it. We'll see how far we go. If we have to back out, we have to back out. It is what it is. What's up, Wet Noodle? How you doing, man? Oh, you use Bastion? You don't have an evade counter. That is also true. Maybe I should have used Bastion. But if I backed out now, Jean and Spider-Woman would have reset timer, right? And I don't feel like doing that. I'm doing good, man. I'm having fun. Y'all have been cracking me up. We've been having a good conversation about a variety of things. Oh, the Conch uses business expense for Vega channel. That's also true. Going way back up there. Yeah, it's just, you know. And again, I use it so much that it just, back at the time, it felt, I like I said, I didn't know he was going to put up the pay restriction. And that's his business. I hope it goes well for him, as far as I'm concerned. But I just did it because I was like, I use this all the time. Like I will often make, like about once a year, I try to do something for Cat Murdoch and Misty K as well, because I use their resources so frequently. All right, the attacker's basic attacks with strength and armor up buff for 8 seconds. The final hit of the special attack deal burst of damage. Ooh, dude, that could be fun for for Iron Man. This one's interesting, this Toxic Siphon. This feels like it would benefit all of my champions. Hmm. As you guys can tell, I don't do incursions very often. Like, I just do it during these special events. When the attacker lands the final hit of a heavy, they gain a 20% prowess buff for 15 seconds. What's up, Devil Dolphin Streamer, man? Yeah, dude, this toxic siphon, the attacker gains 50% of increased debuff duration. That's gonna be really big during special attacks. While the defender is suffering from non-damaging debuffs, the attacker. Gene's debuffs are damaging though, aren't they? I can't remember. Yeah, let's just do this again. If we have to back out, I'm fine. I'm not worried about it. That's my whole thing with incursions. Is you see me often take the revives and the potions because I just don't want to spend units on incursions. I just don't. I'd rather start over, and I don't want to do the whole sunk cost thing where you're like, no, I'll just get through it, because the next room might just have just as bad of a fight, or you might make a mistake, or who knows. Do I have hide the combat? Yeah. Whenever a non-damage debuff on the opponent ends, the attacker has a chance to get a fury buff. Okay, we'll do that. Cool. All right. I think I would like to fight her. Okay, that's fine. She has both damaging and non-damaging debuffs. Yeah. And then she turns them into passives. Okay. Hey, YouTube user, what's up, bud? I'm happy with the 1-for-1. I'm going to hoard again. So just a quick, add-on to that, and I did do a pinned comment. I was actually very busy at the back half. I was if I remember yesterday correctly, I was very busy with work early in the day, and then I was very busy with work later in the day. So it's part of why it took me a while to get out my video. And I thought I covered it. I thought I said it, but I understand people are upset. I totally get it. They're upset, and so they're not interested in some of the stuff I said. That's totally fine. Even though I was very clear, I'm like, I feel badly for you. I do. Is Kabam now needs to be consistent. In my opinion, I interpreted it positively, and I'm like, they're making whole the people that were affected, but they need to be now consistent in this, right? If the next time they mess up, and dude, we all know they're going to mess up again. That's not crapping on Kabam. They just will. They're a mobile live service game. It's going to happen. And when that does, they need to stick with this. Because if they go back to the Zola comp, which you guys know I hated bad, then it's like, well, what was the point of this? And then that's not good at all, right? Like, what I want is consistency for consumer confidence, for player confidence. Like, when X happens, Y will be the result. Not when X happens, pick a letter of the alphabet. You don't know what you're gonna get, right? So, yeah, because you're right. If you hoard and then this issue happens again and you open immediately and then there's a bug and they're like, everyone gets one crystal. You're like, what was the point? Like, wait, what? So that's what I want to avoid. That's the avoid things. Did I get a chance to see your suggested fix? Was it in the comments, Wet Noodle? Because I'll be honest, I might not have. At some point, if you saw some of the comments in that video, I was like, they were literally the example of why I don't read the comments as much as I used to. Because I ain't gonna fight with someone in the comments either, right? It's like that. It's like that saying about arguing with. If you argue with an idiot long enough in the internet, it starts to become tough to tell who the idiot is. So I got better things to do with my time. There's also there's no point in arguing with someone who's mad. Like, when they're mad, and I get it, dude, I would feel salty too. Like, if I became aware that the crystals were bugged and waited, which is what I advised my viewers to do because I thought it was great advice at the time. Like, I rushed to get that out. And then, even though it was only like a 17-minute window, so I do think some people are claiming that they were part of that 17-minute window when they weren't. But even though it's a 17-minute window, I believe that there are people who saw like my video or my tweet and were like, oh, cool, they're bugged, I'm going to hold off. And then now they're like, oh, dude, because I listened to you, I'm not getting like, you know, realistically, probably like 10 or 20 extra crystals. But still, I get that. And I do feel badly about that too. I'm like, I genuinely feel crappy for you guys. I truly do. I think it's just, they got to be consistent now. The Kabam just needs to be consistent. I really hope they do. I see people saying, hey to Dread. Dread's here. Hey, what's up, Dread? How you doing, man? And I put some in the Kabam forums to summarize it. Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy. How did I get 1 billion gold? So Harvey, I've been playing this game for, I think I'm on my 11th year. I don't remember. I'll be honest, because my youngest daughter basically was born, and I started playing, and I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. So I don't remember. Like, I think I downloaded. I'm like a lot of people, like downloaded. It's like, oh, this is fun, and then forgot about it, and then played again. And I had a long stretch of playing this game where I was a massive whale. Like a massive, massive, massive whale. And when you do that, especially back in those days, I don't know what it's like now, but you just accumulate so much gold because you had so much ISO, and it either expired or you sold it. And so because of that, I just have a crap ton of gold. When the attacker reaches 2 bars of power, the defender gains indestructible buff, causing them to ignore all damage for 5 seconds. Okay. When the defender fills a bar of power, okay, cool. What's up, Abdallah? How you doing, man? Thanks for being here. Open 31, I didn't notice it was bugged. Thought I had bad luck on the champs. If I was recording a video, I wouldn't have noticed either. You know? Or like if you pop, you know, there's no way you'd have noticed. But if you saw my video, like, I actually find the video funny now. And that was also, well, whatever. I was hoping people would find it funny to watch me kind of like slowly realize what was going on. And my various like stages of denial, basically, you know, like initially it was my fault, or it's probably just the reel. The reel's not wrong, right? Isn't real anyway. To then moving on to, wait a minute, I think they might just genuinely not be here. And then slowly blaming Kabam. I know, I probably should still just go to the SP2, whatever. Alright, Strife. Come on. Alright, we'll get this down in just a second. Oh, that wasn't very nice use, right? I thought you said you only recently started playing as in 2019, 2018. If I did, I was trying to be funny, or I was confused. I was having a senior moment. But no. I used Captain Britain, Spider-Woman, and Bastion. Reached zone 10 in like 30 minutes. Super easy. Sounds like I should have brought in Bastion. Arena is the solution to all gold problems. I know some hate it, though. Great for units. I just can't stand it. But I get it, man. You know? I get it. I'm glad it's there. You just had bad luck. Don't worry about it. Are you talking about the crystals? What's up, Matua? How you doing, bud? Thanks for being here. What's up, Pop Images? Oh, Harvey, yeah. On my free-to-play account, I found ISO to be the struggle, but then when I have the ISO, gold then becomes the problem. Oh, when they chance to, maybe I should bring in Bastion, huh? All right. I love Bastion. Iron Man is another champion that I'm hopeful raids gives a place to kind of really show him off. Or not raids, Coliseum. Thanks, Tuma. Okay, well, I just got rid of my armor break champion. Could be interesting with the fury buffs with Spider-Woman. I think I pretty much have to pick that one. It's the only one that would benefit my team at all. Bastion's furies are passive. Let's see if you guys have a different idea real quick. I have enough stress at work and with the kids. I enjoy doing something mindless. So I hear that, dude. I definitely hear that. I've heard that sort of thing from a lot of people over the years about why they're like, dude, I just play Arena and chill. Like I put on like something on TV, something I don't have to like fully focus on, and I just do it, and it's just like kind of comforting. I have found when I've had bouts of doing Arena, because at times I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna try or whatever. I often one of the things I do enjoy is it helps me be better with like the spacing. It's kind of like Battlegrounds. It's like the more I play it, the better I am at it, because you learn the spacing, the interactions. You don't have to think nearly as much. And I have found that to be the case with Battleground or with Arena as well, or just like interactions, like synergies you'd forgotten about, or this champ will interact this way with the defender. I don't know. I can't think of a great example right now, but like stuff you wouldn't think of. Oh, like here's a cool one. And I can't remember if it was in today's war video or in the next one, but Brennan uses a Solvark to fight a bishop. Was really cool. I would have never thought of doing that matchup ever. And the fight lasts 1 minute and 30 seconds. And Brennan shows off like the steadfast off of Solvark's awakened ability, but also how much Solvark heals back from the energy damage. Like I'm not saying necessarily that's exactly what you would discover if you do Arena a lot, but like that's the type of thing that I think you can discover, So Brennan, it's funny, like voicing over the videos is I mentioned like, oh, he's about to set up his SP. No, he doesn't go to his SP3. I literally was like, and I think I don't know enough about Sorrow. I think most people don't. No one fully understands Solvark, like, but they get the gist of it. But I'm kind of learning. I think he's about to go to the SP3 and in this fight. I think you throw like your SP2 maybe. Or maybe it's your SP1, and then yeah, you're right. And then all of a sudden, like I'm like, oh, and now Bishop's dead. Hey, that was cool. Moving on. When the attacker gains bar power, they inflict you with a power string debuff. Okay. When the defender activates a special attack, they gain stun immunity for 6 seconds plus 2 for each of the defender's unique buffs. What? The defender doesn't have buffs, so this is just one of the random things of the node. This feels strange. Let's use Spider-Woman. Oh, fishy. So when I have tried to do Arena on my free-to-play, and I was like, this is gonna make me want to like break something. Because dude, I get it. One of the reasons why it's not bad on my 583 account is because I don't do it a ton. And so when I do, I have all my big bads available to me. So like if someone decides to do a team of like, Onslaught, Serpent, and Enchantress, I'm probably gonna be able to take 2 of them down because it's an arena fight. But that's because I have all of my like rank 4s available or my rank 3s, and they're really great champions. But if that's not the case, dude, yeah, you're like screwed. Yeah. When I was in the CCP, that would get brought up, not necessarily by me, but by various people pretty regularly. Yeah. What is this arena you talk about? Well, it's a much rumored mode of the game that no one's truly sure exists. We are certain it is not cared for. It is not cared for nor updated regularly. That we are sure of. The attackers are picked with an indefinite armor break when blocking. Okay, using the same type of attack twice in a row. Okay, cool. Old man easy. When I see a bullseye or Captain Britain arena, I actually have to pay attention. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. What do we want here? What do we want here, team? Okay, not the deathless one. Why is that there? Stun effects gain 50% duration. I don't think any of our champions are really reliant on stun. Damage over time effects gain. We don't really have. I mean, I guess Jean does. If the attacks gain 20% ability and attack rating. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Oh, you know what? Bastion has a damage over time effect too. It's not a ton, but let's just do it. Could be helpful. Stun. Ah, too late. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bud? Who to R4 first? What's up, Mike? Thanks for being here, bud. Who to R4 first? Mole Man, Lumar, Carrot. Ooh. I was so ready to say Lumatrix. I was so ready. So let me ask you a question, Mike. Turn the tables on you. Come in here. Try to interrogate me. Who do you enjoy playing more, Luma or Carolina? And that's your answer. We could do a poll. You want a poll? Let me know. Brendan Ari. Lumatrix. Luma's amazing. There's no doubting. He's amazing. One thing I'm noticing about this is I so badly do not want to use my items that I'm playing like super cautiously. Like just 5-hit combos over and over. I do not want to go for an intercept and have one fail. This isn't like Battlegrounds where, you know, you go big or you go home. This feels like I will end up having to go home if I try to go big. Honestly, I enjoyed them the same. I'd appreciate poll. Yeah, let's do it, dude. Do you have any like mode that you prioritize or anything, Mike? One thing that I think you should be aware of with this poll, though, as someone who's covered the idols or attempted to cover them a little bit on YouTube, is I think a lot of YouTube viewers don't have Lumatrix or the idols. Like, I think they're in a lot of the game, and I think a lot of your YouTubers have them. I think a lot of your competitive players have them. So take that with a grain of salt on this if Carolina just crushes this poll. If everyone could vote in that poll, I'd go with it. BG and War are my two majors. Okay, so honestly, in my opinion, you're picking from one of the best dual threats in Battlegrounds and one of the best attackers in Battlegrounds. Lumatrix being the dual threat. In my experience, I haven't run into many issues with Carolina. Her glancing hasn't been a big problem. It might just be I haven't fought enough because people usually use them on attack. They're both really great in war, right? Carolina has like I think that resistance and a full immunity, if I recall correctly. Are they awakened? Is Carolina awakened? I really I wanted to wait till mine was awakened to rig for her, so she get I think it's the pulverize, right? Get rid of the armor ups and stuff. Snoops, what's up, dude? I would vote, but I don't have either. Doesn't mean you can't vote. But I appreciate you not voting on something if you don't have an informed opinion. Well, man, easy saying absolutely Lumatrix. Luma's incredible. He's a puzzle though, dude. I mess up with Luma so much. Just as I try to continue to like get the stuff down. Carolina's awake and Luma's not. I honestly I'm being serious in videos where I'm like, if someone in the comments can tell me exactly what Lumatrix's signature ability does, I am all ears because I don't know. I think it's for if you have a power sting on you. that's the best I've been able to like surmise. Obviously, I'm not going to awaken him. This is like where I miss being in the CCP. Oh, by the way, that for those of you who know that I was like, hey, if you guys are going to be this great towards my viewers and me, I would like to go back. I'd like to give my opinions in there, and also, I would like to test the app, of course, for videos. My application was denied. They did respond, which I appreciate. I do appreciate them responding. But I realized I mentioned that at the end of like one stream, and I haven't said anything about it since. So far as I can tell for Luma's signature ability, I'm in alignment with you. Seems good for its power sync, as well as things like Whiplash. What about, I didn't even think about Whiplash. Would it help you against High Evolutionary's like combo detonation? I'm wondering if it also would come into play there. Oh, okay. Wet Noodle. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to forget. My suggestion is whoever opened a bug crystal and gets a fixed crystal 1-for-1, and whoever opened a fixed crystal and gets a bug crystal, repeat because you missed it. I mean, I think I hear what you're saying. And like, one of the things I'd love to see, but I think Kabam's got to be consistent. Like, they absolutely have to be consistent. That's the problem, in my opinion. That's why so many people are upset, is because it's like, it's not consistent. I'll keep saying the word consistent. Sometimes when you're speaking, you're like, I've used that word a lot in this sentence. The attacker's total combo rate is reduced by 100%. That's not going to be good. Every 10 hits, the attacker combo steal 100% of the bar of power, so we have to steal it. So they need to gain their power. Okay. When the defender is knocked down, the potency of all damage and debuffs on them is reduced by 75%. Okay. That's weird. When the attacker dashes back, they gain a disorient timer. Never dash back. Attack only, no defense. This is Cobra Kai. And so if Kabam just stays consistent, I think the vast majority of the upsetness goes away, because we'll like know what to expect. Because they're gonna mess up again. They are. Again, that's not a slight towards them. It's just gonna happen. People mess up. Things happen. They should minimize them, of course. Is one of the things for me that's always been surprising. Oh no, now I have to like exit Incursions, right? Oh no, it's gonna work. Is I feel like sometimes the term compensation is used and it's a real misnomer where it's like, no, that's actually a gift or a reward. Like, compensation is to make people who were harmed whole. That's what compensation is, right? And so I think that also like muddies the waters so much. I just want to see Kabam being consistent. I have reason to suspect that my assumption that Kabam was why did that parry fail? Does it reset the game time? I have reason to suspect that, I was very excited because I saw it as consumer confidence and respect for viewers and players. And I was hoping, and they didn't say this. Kabam did not say this. I want to be very clear. They did not in their post say like, and this is how we will do everything going forward. I kind of was hopeful of that. I read into that. I have reason to kind of start to think that this isn't what they're going to do going forward. And that this was more a situation of it being December. They've got so much stuff going on that they need to manage, obviously with Banquet and things like that, that this was maybe more of an efficiency play for them. And that if and when the crystal snafu happens again, it might not be this sort of compensation. In which case, I mean, we'll see what they do if and when that happens. I don't want to I'm not looking to get people up in arms over this. I'm not interested in that in any way, shape, or form. We'll handle it if and when that happens. But I do think people will be understandably extremely frustrated, just like I think people right now are understandably frustrated. Like I even said in my video, I'm like, I feel badly for you. I understand if you're upset. I'm not saying that like I'm right and you're wrong. I'm saying this is how I see this. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing, man. It's gonna be a thing. Ooh, damn it, Vega, we want you to riot. Despite my sometimes getting quite spicy, I'm not much of a rioter. I'm just someone who's willing to say things I think need to be said. Not always right. But I'm comfortable disagreeing. All right. Let's just go ahead and take a look at these nodes real quick. Mr. Angel. Do you think that's his name? First name's Ark, last name Angel. You think he introduces himself like James Bond? Sorry, I don't know where that came from. When the attacker dodges an attack, the defender gains indefinite fury. Woke up. When the attacker charges a heavy, they gain 1 second fury. What am I missing? These both seem like they benefit me. When the attacker dodges an attack, the defender gains indefinite fury passive. Increasing attack rating by 20%. At 7 fury, the defender gains an unstoppable passive for 8 seconds. Okay. When the attacker charges a heavy attack, they gain 1 second fury passive. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What's with all these strifes, dude? Why all the strifes, dude? Why? Okay. So far, so good. Oh, I didn't think that you had an interest in ever going back to the CCP, to be honest, let alone so soon. Yeah, well, I mean, dude, it makes, and I realize you're not like, I want to make sure I respond to you properly, because you're not trying to like instigate. You're saying a very normal thing to say. Is I've been as transparent as I possibly can with you guys about the personal things that happened. I think it was pretty obvious something personal happened too. Those have been handled to my comfort level, and I believe to other people's comfort level too. I'm not going to get into it because it involves other people, and I'm not interested in sharing, you know, their private stuff either. The treatment of players and my viewers has been a massive thing for me, right? No, let's not be condescending. Let's not be rude. Let's not do those sorts of things. And I observe this game on a daily basis. People let me know about various things that happened to them. I watch the live streams for my own knowledge, but also to do recaps for you guys. I watched the Battle Room Brawl and Summoner's Fest. I read the posts. It's always hard. It's always difficult. And like, Sammy's probably not here anymore. But when you're in the CCP and you cover these things, I think it's really difficult because you're in this spot of wanting to cover the game, wanting to tell your viewers things that's going on, wanting to voice opinion, while at the same time being like, they are humans. The Kabam employees that are in the CCP, they are humans. And so trying to figure out how to navigate, like, I want to be respectful of this as a human, but I also want to be honest with my viewers. And that can be really tough to navigate. I obviously don't always navigate it really well. And so because I feel like there's been tremendous strides in the way you all are treated, the way I am treated myself as a player, the compensations, I think we go on. Like, I mean, no joke. As I did my boycott video and I did why, and I went back and I reviewed it to make sure it was about fun. It was about fun and community treatment of myself and the community. And then over the course of it, I tried to like be like, well, I don't want to, let's try to define this and whatever. I came up with like 4 things, and it was like the AI, respect for players, and like phones overheating, and there was like a 4th thing. I'm realizing I don't have it written down on this board very well. And like, no joke, I said, like, I don't really want them to cover this at Brawl. I think Brawl is supposed to be a party. It's supposed to be like fun. I want people there to have a great time. Like, for those who don't know, I had volunteered to be a greeter at the Brawl. I had told Kabam, like, you need greeters. I did that. I just did it because that's who I am. 2 years ago, you need greeters. You need people walking around the room, talking to people that don't look like they have anyone to talk to. And if the person's like, hey, I'm fine, I don't want to talk to anyone, like, you respect that. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure you know you're welcome, bro. I'm going to be over there. You want to come say hi? You want to hang out? I'm going to be right there. You can come talk to me anytime you want. Right? That's me. That's what I like. That's how I like to be. And I know big parties, people like that are often, I think, welcomed and needed, right? So that's like kind of how I wanted to be. And I watched the Brawl. I watched as much of it as I possibly could. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great. They didn't address these various things. I thought that was fine. I really didn't think it was the time or place for it. And then, of course, like 3 days later or whatever, literally, like, I'll maybe I'll go back and read it. But like, Kabam Crashed does a post saying like, here's some things that weren't addressed at Brawl. I want you to know that we are aware of them, and they're like important to us. You know, very Crash like. And it's literally like the things I've been talking about. Like, it's literally the 4 things. And now I'm not claiming that he like watched my videos and was like, okay, Vega said this, like make a note. Like, I'm not claiming that. But what I am saying is that like, there's an awareness on there. And I'm like, cool. Like, that's all I want. I don't want to burn the company down. I enjoy the game. I have a channel based, like, it's based on us all hanging out and videos and how to navigate the game. But if there's no game, then I'm like, hey, let's all go play something else, guys, right? So I don't want to destroy the game. That's never has been my intention. That's one of the main reasons why I've never actually gone to people and tried to convince them to boycott as well. And so if all that's handled, yeah, of course I want to go back to the CCP. Like, just again, I'm transparent with you guys as I possibly be. Like, you know how much money I gave up? Like, I can't tell you. I gave up a lot of money in giving up my code, right? And I see my champion review videos. Like, people are not as interested in, I should have used Jean Grey. People are not as interested in watching me analyze a 3-star version of a champion. They're just not. I can't make them be. And I think they should be. But I also get it. They're like, they want to see the purple border, dude, and they want to see it on the CCP test map. Like, so, yeah, and because I've talked about a lot of things, I'll even add, because of the personal stuff that's happened, I actually feel significantly better. Oh, that was cool. Did we fail his invisibility? How would we have done that? We can't. Wait, I'm really interested in that. Did we fail his invisibility? Anyways, because of the personal stuff that's happened, conversations, and kind of like a cooling off period, which obviously I think I needed too, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll cover your game again. I feel better about this. So for all those reasons, yeah. Sorry for the super long answer, Snoops, but you kind of gave me a reason. Snoops is probably like, you're still talking about it? You gave me a reason to go ahead and talk about these things. If everyone will just bear with me for a minute, my wife is messaging me and I would like to respond to her. All right. Hey, what's up, Kurt? Thanks for being here, D. Old man easy. A little respect goes a long way. I actually came close to leaving my alliance because I felt certain counterclaim my alliance was talking down to me. Then I realized it's easy to understand the tone of a written text. Yeah, I can completely understand that. It is easy to misunderstand written text for sure. Again, my wife, just bear with me. I apologize. That makes sense. Of course, I'm trying to instigate. I knew you weren't, Snoops. Instigate was the word that was actually failing to remember. Yeah, I knew you weren't trying to instigate. In fact, it gave me a reason to talk about all that stuff. I mean, I've brought it up. You know, it's been a big thing for like, what, 3 months now. Like, I'm not going to just all of a sudden be like, oh, that never happened. Okay. The attacker's base attacks have a chance to grant them a armor up buff. The final hit of the defender's the attacker's special attack deal bursts of direct damage. When the defender is knocked down by a special attack, they are inflicted with a stun debuff. I tend to not like those unless I'm using like that. Wasn't it? That was great for Silk a few iterations of this ago. At the ready, when the attacker throws a striker, they gain an unblockable buff. Yeah. When the attacker lands the final hit of a heavy, they gain a prowess buff. I'm not sure which one to take, guys. Those of you who are more experienced with Incursions, do you just one of these shout out to you is the best one to take? I don't want to use units to reroll. Armor burst and defensive cadence mean infinite stumbling. I'm great, Justin, man. How you doing? Thanks for being here, bud. You think it's because it's Bastion psychic shielding that strikes invisible? Oh, I forgot to look into that. Thank you, Prince. I'm actually interested in that. Healing is always good. Which one of these healed? This proud? Proud? Is that word? Road? Prowed? I'm not familiar with that word. Is that like the past tense of prowess? Is that what that is? Defensive cadence. I feel like a couple of people are calling out defensive cadence. All right, yeah, that's fine. Thanks, Kurt. You're a good guy, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, tone is tough with certain things. Tone is tone over text is really tough. I've had people misinterpret me tons of times too, and when they'll point it out, be like, "Ooh, I see why you read it that way." So I do. You're right. It is important to give people the opportunity to explain. That is. I could not agree more with that assessment there. I guess we're at the point where I should check the boss node. Oh, when the attacker lands the same basic. Okay. When the defender finishes special attack, they purify all debuffs of themselves. Okay. Healthy disposition. Okay, that's fine. And oh wait, I ideally want to go this way, don't I? Oh, whenever the champion gets power, the champion gets a stack. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What's this one? Overseer. That feats of indestructible 2 always messes me up, but it's fine. Tone over text is frustrating. That's why I almost always use emotes to get tone. My sorry, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because my oldest brother, he's a good deal older than me. He's an amazing guy. I have 2 great brothers. And he it's like a joke about how badly he uses emojis though. Cause he's trying to do what you're saying, but like he'll use emojis where like there's something like, why did you use that one? And he's like, oh, to convey like, oh, and we're like, dude, that means like the exact opposite. What makes you think like, and I can't think of a good one right now, but it's like every couple years or something, like he'll do what? Where we're just like, oh my God, you just insulted that person with like, you're like rolling your eyes. And he's like, oh, I thought that was like, isn't this crazy? And we're like, no, you're just saying like, you're an idiot. Oh my God. Oh, thank you for that. You just, Kadinsky, what's up, dude? Took Viv R4 last night. Hell yeah, man. Congratulations. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. Congratulations on that. Let us know if you got any questions or anything like that. That's cool, dude. Viv has been like a star in the Alliance War videos of late. I think it's Stat who's been using it, right? She's cool, man. I'll be honest, I'm just not a quick enough player to really play her properly. I don't think I would get the phase consistently enough for me to feel good about it. Oh, dude, Mike, he does. It's like, and so he had kids pretty young, and so his oldest child is actually closer in age to me than I am to my brother. And so like I'm like this weird kind of bridge between them. Like they're literally like, I think they're a Gen X and a millennial, and I'm in this weird in between place. I think they've decided we're Gen X, but I don't feel like a Gen X. I don't feel like a millennial either. Anyways, the point of the story is, you know, we're just gonna try to not let him gain much power. Is that me and my niece and my nephew will sometimes just crack up at like, why did you do that? He's like, was that wrong? We're like, yeah, that was very, very wrong. He's just a nice guy, though. He's just trying to be funny. All right. Like, that's a perfect example of, like, I would normally want to try to punish that heavy with my heavy and not worry about it, but I do not want to spend items on this. Oh, I see what you guys are talking about now. That is a very long stun. I'm so used to Bastion killing with that SB1. It was surprising to me when he didn't. I was like, okay, a little bit more damage now. Finish up. Vega, how's it going? I hope everything's going good. Dude, I had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you did too. How long have I thought you were asking me how old I was. I thought you were finding it a very polite way. How long have you been alive? Let's see. We've been live for almost an hour and 30 minutes now. Probably go another 30 minutes or so. Stat's an awesome guy. I miss that dude. Hey, what's up, Cap? How do you know Stat? And he is awesome. I agree. Yeah, Yaganoob, you're kind of hitting the point. Like, different generations, cultures use different emojis for sure. For sure. Kadinsky, she's a nuke. Yeah, she is. She was my 4th R4, so I have Storm, Pyramid X, Bastion, Photon. Dude, much respect for your R4s. That's cool. Stat was in Gom V. Thank you, Mr. Rushing. Is Deathless Vision supposed to get a buff sometime soon? Yeah, I think in January, right? It's going to be Toad, Vision, and Walking Taurus. I'm pretty excited for all of those. I won't try to be funny about it, so I won't over exaggerate. Toad is one of those champions that many smart players have for years said was good, and I've always said, like, Toad is not good. Stop trying to act like he's good. He's not good. He just was the best mutant put out for a couple years, because he was like the only mutant put out for a couple years. But I do see it in the kit. Like, there's a good champion in there. I'm trying to be humorous. Yeah, she's got good reach on her heavy. Jean's so awesome, dude. Jean is such a great champion. I love Jean Grey. And so with Toad, I was always like, dude, please don't just bring him to the Titan and be like, there you go, great mutant. Like, no, he's not. He's not. The mutant class has come so far. There's been so many great mutants. It's just, I think there's like a nostalgic thing for Toad, because I think it was like him and Sauron were like the only mutants put out over the course of like 2 years. And so that kind of made Toad, I think, seem better than he really was. He was good for a couple of fights and things like that. But the mutant class has come so far. So I'm actually excited for Toad's buff, because I think they're probably going to cook up something really good with him, because the basics of a good champion were there already. So I'm pretty pumped up for Toad. I actually like Walking Taurus. Like, I don't remember if it was this war video or the next one, but Outline's taking out like 2 tough, not boss fights, but war fights with him. Like, he's a good champion. So maybe with like a numbers tweak on that or something, I think it'd be cool. And then same with Deathless Vision. If you play, I played Deathless Vision for, I think it was that Deathless challenge in Necropolis. And I was like, there's a good champion in here. It's just the damage, you know. But there was a good champion there, I think. So I'm excited for all three of those. Is Spider-Woman worth a generic? Yes, absolutely. Easy answer, 100%. It's she and Jean Grey. They're very different champions, but feel very similar to me in that they unawakened are good. Them at Sig 1, very good. Them at High Sig, you're having a good time. You're having a very, very good time. So yeah, I think especially if you're going to put Sigs into it, dude, go for it, have fourth, destroy stuff. Dude, congrats on the pool, Kadinsky. What was my thought? Who was I going to use here? That Tranquilize. I got to keep that in mind. That's interesting. I want to see here how this interacts with the real Mean Gene. We're doing this for science. I'm gonna need you guys to peer review it so we can post this in the journal. That was not the science part. I think now is the science part. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay. What? I feel like that's when Andrew the Rough says, "You lie." I'm hitting the button. I am, oh, is it the... Something's not right there, but it's okay. All right. Come on, Gene. Let's just end this. Let's get out of here. Playtime's over. Cool. The Tranquilize, I think, was causing me some issues I didn't foresee. P.S. Hello from New Zealand. Oh, very cool. Thank you for letting me know you're tuned in from places so far away from where I'm at. That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for all. I see a lot of people just recently subscribed. Thanks. I hope you like it here. I'm sure you will. Kai2, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Great to see you here. 7-star R3 White Tiger, good for King, 7.3.6. That's the superior King, right? You know, I actually just did that on... No, 7.3.6 is not the superior King. That's the regular King. I don't remember, and I apologize. I'm sure MCoC Noob and MCoC Encyclopedia, two of the best channels in all of MCoC, have videos on that. I apologize that I can't give you a strong answer on that. But if you're not familiar with either of their channels, trust me, you finding out about those channels is better than me being able to answer that question for you. Go subscribe to both of them, and you're going to get a lot better at this game. Okay, heal blocks gain 4% duration, 20% attack rating. I guess the attack rating. It doesn't feel that exciting. I still haven't taken Elsa Diary 4 yet. She's unique against Photon. Been wanting to take her up for a minute. Yeah, dude, she's great. Campo. Campo MC is the name of his channel. Has some awesome Elsa. He's been an Elsa enthusiast since I've known him. Is there a new update? Not that I'm familiar with. Is anyone else familiar with the new update? They may have pushed something live or something. Who knows? And when is the Kabam live stream? It's Friday. Well, I don't know if that's official, but I believe there's one this Friday at the usual time. I'll be covering it. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot in there. So I might do like a quick synopsis and then do a bunch of separate, like kind of like, here's this. This is kind of a big deal. This is what I'm thinking sort of pieces. And I think I saw Luke sneak in here. What's up, Luke? How you doing, dude? When brought below 50% health, the defender gains a burst of 20% power. So, okay. If a reduction to ability accuracy prevents this, the defender recovers 50% max health. All right. Scared stiff every 10 seconds. Attackers with a root. I don't really like that. That's not very nice. If the time. Okay. Wow. We're getting rooted whether we like it or not. That should have been the name of the node. Thou shall be rooted. All right. That doesn't look too bad. I don't really want to deal with Hit Monkey because he can end you in a single mistake. All right, we'll go this route. Although I'm dealing with a Hit Monkey whether I like it or not, aren't I? Whatever. Am I going to bail out? Ball out. Am I going to bail? I am bailing. Oh, great. Great, Danny. I'm happy to hear that. I don't know, Luke. That's still the question, man. I feel like every stream this week, I've been certain on a certain position. And then you all kind of say some things. I've gifted the memberships like I said I would. And the members' vote is, I did not expect that vote. It is overwhelmingly start spending again. Like, I think it was like almost 90%. I will say that, like, I'm enjoying the game, and that was the biggest criteria. Well, I was enjoying the game, and I'm enjoying the game because of you all. For those who don't know, Luke is in Upside as well, one of our very valued members, and it's a lot of it's because of you all, the Discord server, and then this channel. I'm having an absolute blast, but like, that's become possible because I feel good about covering the game. I feel good about covering the game because of the way I think me and my viewers are being treated. A lot of the people who are here have heard this, so I'm not going to go over it in as much depth, but once that started happening, I'm like, I'm good. I don't think the game's perfect. I think it's a carnival. I really do. I think it's an absolute carnival. I thought it was, I even talked to my wife about this, and she kind of helped me fine tune it a little bit, but I think the game is a carnival, and I think carnivals can be awesome. I love them sometimes, but when they treat you poorly, or when their games are like too rigged against you, it feels coercive and it's not fun. And then you just have screaming kids because daddy can't win them a teddy bear, you know? And then daddy's really, really angry. And then mommy gets angry. It's a mess. But when they treat you really well and everything's like challenging, it's obviously a bit rigged, but you know, it's within reason. It's really fun. And so if we're all being treated well and I'm having fun with you all in the Alliance and on this channel, then most of my problems are solved. I mean, they even did a post saying they were going to update the AI, and we got that post. Crash did his post. Like, I'm pretty much like, okay, we good. I will admit that part of my hang-up was Banquet felt like a weird one to start spending again on, just because of how Banquet, I think, is kind of the biggest, showiest thing. Like, I will admit, I don't believe it was really one of my intentions when this all started, but it became important to me, was to kind of show everyone that you don't have to spend on this game, and you definitely shouldn't spend. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to finish her off, so I'm not gonna go for it. You definitely shouldn't spend out of habit, and so you know, I didn't spend on Cyber Weekend. But I think that's my final hurdle, is getting comfortable with potentially spending on Banquet while still just really showing everyone, or trying to just really emphasize it with you guys that, like, please don't spend out of habit. Like, please don't spend out of habit or FOMO, you know? So I don't know. And ain't no one want, like, that's the other thing is people are probably already going to spend on Banquet or not. And I do get it that, like, if I go too in on that or I do a bunch of videos on that, people are going to be like, dude, we just want to have fun. Please stop. You know, please stop. We want to enjoy spending our money, not feel badly about it. And my goal isn't to make people feel badly, of course. Back at recovery. What was this? It was just like a bunch of roots, right? They're like, you shall be rooted. Okay, cool. I think Gene's going to handle this for us. No problem. North Carolina. What's up, Josh? How you doing, man? I keep forgetting about this. This is crazy, dude. The real Mean Gene. I love her, dude. I'm so worried that, like, in the next 4 months, we're going to discover some, like, broken thing about her. And I'll be like, no, not another one. I mean, I love my broken champions. You guys know that. I love my OP broken champions, but I have, like, a love-hate with them because I feel like they accelerate the power creep of the game so much. And they can, like, destroy, like, years of defensive building and stuff Kabam's been doing. But to me, she's like, she might be stepping over the line a little bit, but I'm okay with it. I think she's a great defender. I love fighting her. I think she's a great challenge. I think she's phenomenal to play on offense. I really, when I do my next version of favorite champions, if Jean isn't the favorite mutant, something crazy has happened. Pixie's got to be. Pixie's a blast. Or something. I don't know. Okay, the attackers gain attack rating is okay during specials critical rating. Ooh, that could be nice, huh? I don't know if I've used Spider-Woman for a single fight. I don't remember. And I don't think that's going to be helpful to us with her anyway. So, I think we do crit rating. Let's do it. See the chat. How y'all doing? Kadinsky, that is one thing that I am just still not good at all when it comes to covering this game, is like remembering the chapters and what was helpful. I'm grateful that MCoC Encyclopedia and MCoC Noob, one, exist and their channels exist, but also that they're part of the Illuminati because they add so much knowledge in that way, shape, or form. I apologize, I can't answer that. Oh, did the members vote already happen? Yeah, here, let me look into it. And then I do think we'll be signing off here, guys. I'm a very fortunate man. I think I'm gonna get to have lunch with my wife, which I'm very excited about. There's a small channel by he's getting better at the game. He's got a lot to learn. But there's a small channel by a young man named MSD. I'm gonna check it on the post, but I wanted to get this up. You guys can give him a raid. Please tell him I said hello, but I was having lunch with my wife. So and then let's see, let's check that poll. Here, I think we can bring it up for everybody so you guys can see it. So, as I said, guys, like, you know, and I gifted the memberships because I didn't want it to just be folks who, I wanted to increase the chances of it not just being people who have, like, larger discretionary incomes, but I wanted it to be people who care about the channel, are interested in the channel, who are involved, and kind of like my core viewers. So I was going to gift memberships on some live streams at the beginning of the months to get more people voting. And I mean, there's 57 votes. I'm not sure. YouTube actually doesn't really update very well how many members you have, because there's no way what they're currently saying is, unless like 40 people canceled memberships yesterday, which they didn't which YouTube's not reporting, there's no way the current number is accurate. I think we should be closing in on around 100. So, but I've been trying to remind people to vote. And I mean, you can see that 77%, and that was the highest level of spending I put in there. On the first stream of the week, I had said that I was pretty sure that the boycott would stay, and I would probably start spending in January or February. I'm a lot less certain on it now, seeing this. This has surprised me. I did not expect this, but you all have actually been backing it up in the chat too. Like, it's not like just the members are voting this way. We've streamed. I've intentionally did my best to be able to stream 3 times this week, and we've streamed. This is gonna be the shortest stream of the week, and just people keep saying like, "Hey, you know, we're having fun. You seem like you are too. Please go back and go back to it, or you should go back and have fun." Basically, no one's saying like you must spend, but people are like, "Dude, like the videos are fun to watch, and like if you want to, please go back." Like, point made. We're all good. So yeah. As much as I love G and Cassandra starting to get my attention, it could be due to running lane 7 or isn't that funny? Red Hat, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here too. How like we know that our lane or the fights we're taking in war might not be indicative of like everything else happening in the game, but because we enjoy war and they're cool fights. Like, I don't know. I think that's really cool, and I think that's good that you're showing the awareness of it. That sort of thing. So thanks for bringing that up. And Cassandra's great, man. I really love it. I really hope you get Peter. He's so fun. I do see the fun people are having. What I really want to make sure is that I'm not doing it for like a champ or whatever. I'm going to continue to think it through. Kabam does have themselves in a little bit of hot water with the community over this compensation, and I'm going to continue to just kind of watch what they do and how they handle that and what they say. Because like I said, if that's how they're going to be moving forward and it's going to be consistent and we can all have confidence in it, I'm all for it. If this was just them being like, we don't have the human power and the interest or the desire or the money to go and do this a way we think is superior, in the same month where they're going to literally get millions and millions and millions from selling assets, I'm like, I'm not quite as excited about it. Because I think that's just putting me and my viewers back on the roller coaster. So we'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the incredibly generous donation. Kadinsky, right? I really appreciate you being here. Everyone, this was the blast. Thank you so much. I do not think I'll be streaming tomorrow. I have a lot of work to get done, so I don't think it will be happening, but I do have a video coming out in the morning, and then I will do everything I can to get a great synopsis out of the Kabam live stream. And I just have the feeling they're going to drop some bombs on us. I really do. Like good bombs, exciting things, and I will be covering that, of course, as we head into the weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. You make it fun. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.